Saturday, obviously, a couple days to let the sting wear off a little bit, but just if you could encapsulate this whole season, I know it's disappointment at the end, but are you proud of the way the guys turned around, some early season struggles, and again, we're at the top of the league, even if it didn't end the way you wanted it
I think obviously we're to be a team consistently at the top of the standings is something that you can, I guess, hang your hat on. But when you're consistently at the top of the standings, you need to get over that hump, and we just haven't been able to do it. And so you can talk about regular season success, and it's great, but we're still standing here today with not what we wanted to do. So it's hard to. You look back at it more in maybe like 2 months. I can't be looking back at it right now because that's all I think about is what happened the other night.
Jordan, it looks like Rod's got a new contract now. Just what has he meant to look to you and to this team just in the time you've been there?
That's how much time we got. Just for him to come in, and obviously the team was in the position they were in, hadn't made the playoffs, and him come in and just completely change the outlook of this franchise pretty much. He came in and had a plan, and I still remember those first 3 months, 4 months when we weren't winning, but we were playing good, and he kept coming in, and a lot of coaches would panic and maybe change the message, and he almost doubled down on it, and it's been the same ever since. He knows the way he wants his teams to play, and how he demands what he wants his players to do, and for me, it's just having him be the constant voice throughout my whole time here, and be able to. I feel like I know what he's thinking most of the time, and my game kind of suits exactly what he wants. So he's been unbelievable, and congratulations on a new deal for him.
How difficult is it thinking, the other guys that have been here the whole time since the turnaround, how much uncertainty there is in a lot of those four guys this year?
Yeah, it's why I feel like this one hits even harder. I feel like this is probably one of the best teams I've been on here, and obviously we don't get it done. And then you look at all the contract situations. It's the nature of the beast and the business of it, and you always want to play with the same guys, but it never happens. And I think when you don't get it done, then they think about, okay, well, maybe we don't have the right mix or whatever it is, but yeah, it's definitely hard for the guys that have been through all these for a lot of these years now, and still came up empty.
Does that leave you worried at all for next year, knowing that this won't be the same team, you'll be missing some pieces perhaps?
Yeah, I know Tom and Don, and they're gonna figure it out, because every year I've been here, they put an unbelievable team together. So they're gonna figure it out. Obviously, you want to stay with the same guys, but it's in their hands.
Has your team talked to them about a new deal? And do you have any idea where that stands?
Not really anything yet, but I haven't even really met with Don or anybody yet, so I'll probably do that today, and hopefully can try and get something going.
Is that your priority to stay here? Or I know you're a guy who, if another team around the league is looking to elevate itself, you're the kind of guy that can come in and set a tone. So is that I demand that way?
Yeah, no, I want to stay here, and I love it here, but it's a hard situation. Obviously, it's salary cap and all that stuff, but I think everybody knows around Carolina that this has been a pretty good home for me, and I'd like to stay and like to hopefully keep that going.
On that note, can you talk about the organization the city has into you?
Yeah, I've both my kids born here, and being able to play in the playoffs here has been unbelievable. I feel like we've had unbelievable teams, and just some of my best memories playing hockey have been right here. So there's so many things that factor into these decisions, and looking back on all those are definitely ones that are gonna want me to stay even more.
Jordan, you mentioned
Instead of Final Four too.
Yeah.
you mentioned earlier not being able to get over the hump. In your opinion, what will it take to get over the hump?
I don't know. I don't know if you can pinpoint one thing. Obviously, you got to get lucky. I've said this before. You kind of got to get lucky, and everything's got to kind of work out for you. And it's not like it's so hard to really describe like one or two things, but I don't think we had a team like if we. Yeah, I'm talking in circles here now, but you need to. It's especially a 7-game series. It's sometimes like for us, we probably shouldn't have been down 3-0 against New York, and then that's what happens, and then you're up against it. Like you're fighting for everything, but your margins for error shrink. So we just gotta. I don't know. Sorry, talking in circles here.
Usually you're the guy teaching the other guys, being one of the veteran leaders, but is there something maybe you learned from someone else on the team this year?
Yeah, I think every guy in this room just prepares so well and consistently every night, and I think when you're around guys that want to do it the same way and bring it the same night, it rubs off on everybody. So just thank you to everybody in this room that brought it every night, because then it demands you to do it too. So it's just love these guys, and I love lacing them up with them every night. So yeah.
We don't know the extent yet of what Jarvis was playing through, but clearly playing through something it seemed like for a long time.
Yeah.
How impressed are you with a young guy like
He's incredible. I was lucky enough to play with him for a lot this year and be able to watch his game just take, I don't even know if you can say steps, it was leaps and bounds, and be able to be penalty killing, first man out, first power play, usually first, he did everything. So at 22 years old, I guess he is now, to be able to put your stamp on the league like he has, it's been phenomenal to watch, and I can't wait to see where he goes from here.
Jordan, obviously numbers play into it, but for you at this point in time in your career, what is the most important thing when you're looking at the future?
Yeah, well, obviously winning. I feel like my game in the playoffs, I love playing in the playoffs, and so that's definitely probably one of the biggest factors. And then I do have a family that I need to think about, and that's probably the number one factor is my wife and my kids, and I want them to be happy and be, and then I think my happiness if I'm grumpy going to a team, then it's going to rub off on them. So there's a lot of things to play into, but my wife, my kids, are probably the number one